Hi, Leo. Welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements and Wisdom Oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology guys we have in front of us to get an idea of where you folks should be as far as that goes. Right. Well, we have Gemini. So plenty going on there. At the time of recording this, we do have the Sun in Gemini already, but in a couple of days we're going to have the new Moon in Gemini. We're also going to have Mercury moving in there. It'll be there until around the 8th of June. Jupiter is still in there. Eventually it's going to move into Cancer around the 9th or 10th, I believe. And let's see, I think that about covered everything there. But yeah, for you guys, Gemini is your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. Right, so we have 10. So 10th house for you guys is Taurus. We pretty much just wrapped up Taurus season. We will have Venus actually moving into Taurus around the 6th or 7th, I believe, of June. And Uranus has been there for quite some time as well. But yeah, definitely I would say the Venusian transit moving through there could be beneficial for that area of your lives. And there we go. And we have Venus. So Venus is actually in Aries, and right around, like I just mentioned, when around the end of the first week of June, we're actually going to have it move into Taurus. So moving from your 9th house of philosophy, higher learning, and foreign affairs into your 10th house of career and social status. And like we said, that could definitely give a boost to that area of your lives. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Two of Cups, and in the challenge position, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is 12th house energy for you guys, and it could just be saying that you might be envisioning the ideal partnership that you could be in, so whether it be business, romantic, friendship, you name it, right? Like this is saying that you're envisioning it, given that that is a 12th house energy for you guys, and with the Wheel of Fortune in the challenge position, could just be saying that the timing isn't quite right for that to be in your energy right now. So now, with that said, keep in mind there's going to be a lot of things hitting this first 10 degrees of Cancer this month. We already talked about Jupiter. Around the 20th of June, the Sun will be in those degrees. There's going to be a new moon there. So there's definitely plenty of things that are going to be taking place in June that could actually bring this energy to the forefront for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. All right. In the foundation position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy here. And to me, this says that you've probably built up quite a bit over the years, right? So whether it be actual physical financial assets or just experience, right? Knowledge, whatever the case may be. To me, this says that you've built this up over the years and it's something that you do value, but I feel like you're mulling over what you want to do with it next. In the past position, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is Pisces energy here. And yeah, what I get from this is an energy of contentment, right? So to me, this says that for a while you might have just been in a, well, almost said a low energy period, but not necessarily that. I feel like maybe a more imaginative energy to where, you felt like you were good with where you were, and maybe there was some desire on some part to accumulate more, but at the same time, you seem happy with where you were and not necessarily in a proactive energy. In the present position, we have the Two of Wands, so definitely looks like a shift from that Nine of Cups energy. So to me, this says that now it looks like you're ready to actually take action around the situation to pursue new opportunities. And this could just be due to the fact that you guys have Mars in your sign. It'll be there till around the middle of the month. All right. In the near future position, we have Temperance. So this is Sagittarius energy, and there actually is going to be a full moon in Sagittarius around the 11th or 12th, I believe. So be on the lookout for that, because to me that says that could be a pivotal time for when you actually start to see the shift in the energy that we've been talking about. All position of your influence in the situation, we have the Three of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy here, and to me this says it looks like you're ready to collaborate, right? So like we said with the Queen of Pentacles energy and the Foundation, to me that represents that you've accumulated a lot, right? Whether it be physical assets, your education around things, just experiences, whatever the case may be. And you, like I said, it seems like you've been trying to figure out what you wanted to do with that next. And for a lot of you, it seems to be the next thing you would like to do is partner up. Now, like we said, for some of you, that can be a romantic situation, but for a decent amount of you, this could also be pointing to more of like a financial partnering up in some ways. In the environment position, we have the King of Pentacles. So I can see this playing out two different ways, and both are positives for you, because given that we see the Queen in the Foundation position, that's representing your energy, and this is as well. Obviously, the natural conclusion there would be some level of growth, right, going from the Queen to the King. But also, I would say, given that we see the collaborative energy coming from you guys, if this is representing someone else's energy, right, maybe the other half of that Two of Cups energy we see there, to me this looks like you might be meeting someone who you feel like you're an equal with in some ways, and you can grow with them. Right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Hermit. So this is actually the major arcana card for Virgo, and given that that is a financial house for you guys, yeah, to me this makes it seem a little more likely that for more of you this is leaning more toward a financial thing than a emotional kind of thing. But yeah, seeing this to me ultimately says that looks like this is really what you're mulling over, right? Like I said, it seems like this is something you've given a lot of thought to as far as how to take that next step around finances or career, and now you're just hoping that you've done the right research, right? You've looked at the right things, and now as you move forward, you're hoping that you'll see outward evidence of that. Right. And in the outcome position, we have the Ten of Cups. So this is Pisces energy here, and obviously, again, we talked about the Queen to King, and then we also see the 9 to 10 here, right? So again, I feel like there's definitely an energy of growth and expansion coming forward for you guys this month. I feel like you'll see tangible proof of that. For some of you, like I said, maybe right around the time of that Sagittarius full moon is when it might start to heighten for you guys. But for others of you, given that that's a Cancerian energy there, maybe closer to the end of June into July, but very soon. And speaking of Cancerian energy, bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. So this is the middle 10 degrees of Cancer. So yeah, that would more or less, tropical zodiac, of course, be more or less, might as well say the first 10 days of July, give or take a couple days on either side. So, like I said, if you don't feel this in June, it feels like it'll be very shortly after that. And that's a celebratory energy, of course. All right, so from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Learn to Ask Questions. Says it is always better to ask questions than to make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you are as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. Definitely an interesting message there, especially because, like I said, it seems like for a lot of you, you are going to be presenting a collaborative type of energy this month, and obviously, in order to have a mostly successful collaboration, the communication would need to flow well between the two of you, which that Two of Cups energy does seem to point to that. But hopefully that message resonated with you. All right, so from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Two to See. There's the artwork. The number is 7. We'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings. It says being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The Oracle's message. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, especially, like I said, if the issue to this point has maybe been timing. Like I said, it feels like if that's the case, that a full moon coming up in Sag is really going to start to kick things into high gear. The relationship message says there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now's the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for those of you who are seeking relationship guidance. Like we said, between that Two of Cups and to see the Queen and the King here, both of the same suit, right? That's a positive as well. But these are also people that can be pretty set in their ways, right? So it would take a little effort to truly come together in a collaborative energy there. The prosperity message says, everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When, grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness, you can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. That was an interesting message there, especially that last sentence made me think of how we mentioned Jupiter will be moving into your 12th house, and sometimes that can bring like these hidden benefits your way, that you might not even recognize them right away on the surface, but they are going to serve your higher purpose overall. So I hope it resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.